The elder brother is extremely filial in serving his stepmother. However, the stepmother shows favoritism to her own biological son and mistreats the elder brother. The younger brother repeatedly admonishes his mother, but she never listens. So whenever there is mistreatment of the elder brother, the younger brother accepts it together and shares hardships. Later, the stepmother is deeply moved and thus shows equal love to both the elder brother and the younger brother. The filial piety of the elder brother and the fraternal respect shown by the younger brother are qualities worthy of our learning. Being filial to elders and respecting elder brothers can make family relationships more harmonious and stable. Although the stepmother shows favoritism to her own biological son and mistreats the elder brother remains filial. The younger brother also repeatedly admonishes and in action shares hardships with the elder brother. They do not change their kind qualities because of the stepmother's unfairness. The younger brother finally moves the stepmother by sharing hardships together, making the stepmother change her attitude. When facing contradictions and problems in family affection, resolving them with love and tolerance is often more effective than confrontation and accusation. The harmony of a family requires the efforts of everyone. We should learn to understand, tolerate and care for family members, and jointly create a warm family environment. In the Han Dynasty, the emperor was worried that the generals in various prefectures were too powerful. So the emperor asked the generals to enfeoff land to their children, and the emperor bestowed official positions respectively. In this way, the emperor's kindness to the generals was even greater because there were many more officials in the generals' families. However, the power of various prefectures gradually became weaker due to the division of land. In fact, the emperor's control was even deeper. The emperor did not use tough military means to weaken the generals. Instead, he adopted a seemingly mild way. He took advantage of the children of generals' longing for benefits and the generals' consideration of family affection. By giving them the opportunity to legally obtain land and titles, he guided them to take the initiative. The powerful feudal lord's forces were divided into many weak parts, thus losing the threat to the central regime. This reminds us that when dealing with complex problems, we can adopt the method of dividing and disintegrating, decomposing big problems into small ones, and splitting powerful opponents into weaker individuals and solving them one by one. When the emperor was in a dilemma about accepting the money sent by the Prince of Raoyang, wanting to accept it but fearing being deceived, and wanting to decline it but having no reason, the prime minister told the emperor that he could send someone to console the soldiers in local. By doing so, this money could be rewarded to the soldiers, making them all grateful for the emperor's kindness. At the same time, it would also let all princes know that the emperor did not value wealth. The emperor acted according to this advice, and as a result, the prince felt ashamed and convinced. The emperor's dilemma when facing the prince's gift of money was resolved through the prime minister's suggestion. In the decision-making process, listening to the opinions and suggestions of others and giving play to the wisdom and abilities of team members can better deal with complex situations. By rewarding the soldiers, the emperor not only made the soldiers grateful for his kindness and enhanced their loyalty, but also showed all princes his image of not valuing wealth, thus balancing the relationship between different groups. At the same time, it also helps to establish his own prestige and positive image, making all parties more convinced of him. This is of crucial importance for leaders. About 2,500 years ago, in China, Qi and Lu were at war. There was a general in Lu, but his wife was from Qi. To prove his loyalty to Lu, he killed his wife. The king then appointed him as general, and he won the war. However, people all thought his human nature was complex. Eventually, he was dismissed by the king again. It was not wrong for him to want to prove his loyalty to Lu Peresi, but choosing to kill his wife, an extremely cruel and unethical way, was unacceptable. Loyalty should be demonstrated through a series of legitimate and active practical actions like bravely fighting enemies on the battlefield, offering strategies for the country, and safeguarding national interests, rather than being forcibly proven by extreme behaviors such as hurting relatives. This behavior seriously violated common sense and morality, thus arousing people's disgust later and making them speak ill of him. This warns people to fully consider the impact of the consequences of each of their actions on their own reputation. They should not only focus on immediate interests while ignoring the long-term reputation building. Once the reputation is damaged, it is very difficult to restore it. When leaders are employing people, they should not blindly appoint subordinates just based on the short-term achievements brought by one of their extreme behaviors. Instead, they should comprehensively consider various factors such as their conduct, morality, and the long-term impact on the team or the country, and have a more comprehensive and long-term vision in employing people. In the Song dynasty, a general was ordered by the emperor to select soldiers. His orders were too harsh, and the soldiers were extremely frightened and wanted to stage a rebellion. The emperor summoned his ministers to discuss. The prime minister said, "If we blame him, then how will other generals command soldiers in the future? If we immediately arrest those who are plotting rebellion, it will shock the whole city and may trigger unrest. The emperor has repeatedly wanted to promote him to be the marshal. Now we can take this opportunity to promote him and at the same time remove his military power." Naturally, the soldiers in his original troops who wanted to stage a rebellion will be at ease. When facing the crisis of possible rebellion by soldiers, we cannot simply take punitive measures. In this story, if we directly blame the general, it will affect the authority of other generals in commanding soldiers. If we directly arrest those who are plotting rebellion, it will cause unrest. When dealing with a crisis, we need to consider the chain reaction of events and balance the relationship between fair law enforcement and maintaining stability. The Prime Minister's strategy is to grasp the key to the problem, that is, the soldiers' rebellion is due to the general's harshness and his control of military power. By promoting the general and removing his military power, the hidden danger of soldiers' rebellion is fundamentally resolved. Taking the opportunity of promoting the general to be the marshal and depriving him of his military power is a clever means of power balance. This approach not only gives the general certain honor and status, avoiding the possible resistance he may have due to being punished, but also cleverly resolves the threat that his power may bring. We should always place maintaining overall stability in an important position and not ignore the stability of the overall situation due to momentary impulse or one-sided consideration.
More detail, more story, follow me, please.